shoot. Hi, I'm the Moorlander, and this is my big massive smile because today, instead of being in lockdown hell, I've come out to the Moorlands, my ancestral home. All kings and queens of the Moorlands are conceived, well, at home, but you know, it's great to come out here anyway. Today we are going to be looking at the Tasmanian Tiger Modular Daypack in large. There's two versions of this, there's a large and an extra large, which we'll maybe have a look at as we go into this. It's probably something that I need to get off straight away, just as disclosure. So as a Tasmanian Tiger UK ambassador, I do get sent these products free of charge, but that has no reflection on the outcome of this video. Turns out that I genuinely do love this bag. It's very similar to the Essential Pack. I'll leave a link in the end to that. I see this is more of the evolution of what the Essential Pack has become, with some of the bits or some of the DNA from the Modular series that Tasmanian Tiger have as well. So I'll start to turn the camera around while I'm doing that. If this is your first time here at Moorlander EDC, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Obviously you're not under any pressure, but it's a small thing for you, but it makes a massive difference to my channel. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let's turn the camera around and let's have a look a little bit more at this backpack. So as I usually do, what I'll do is we'll go through some specifications, we'll go through the outside of the pack, and then we'll have a look at the inside. Measurements wise, from top to bottom it's 46 centimeters, from side to side it's 27 centimeters, and the depth is 12 centimeters. There are compression straps all around the pack, so you can reduce the volume of that, but the largest that it can go out to is 18 litres. It weighs in at 800 grams, and what else have I missed? It's also made from 700D Cordura, so what you get with 700D is you get the rigidity and toughness, the abrasive resistance that you get from the 1000D, but it's also mixed in with that like a lighter 500D, so it doesn't weigh as much. The pack comes in three colours. This is the Coyote Brown, there's also a black and a graphite version, which is like a light pine green kind of colour. A little bit, maybe a shade lighter than olive drab. So going around the outside, start at the front, as I generally always tend to do. So on the front here, hopefully you can see that there is a large PALS webbing section. The difference, one of the main differences between the Essential Pack and the Modular Daypack is they've moved from the traditional style webbing, PALS webbing, the Molly system, to this laser cut. I'm a little bit out, the jury's still out on whether I prefer laser cut over the traditional version, but one thing that I do find is when I'm going into the office, it gets less attention because it does seem to blend away. One of the things that's probably important to point out is, although I'm out here testing this in the Moorlands, I have used this more for going to the office as a regular EDC bag. It's the perfect size for that, between kind of 20 to 35 litres. Although this is on the small side, it is still perfect for that as well. There are these two compression buckles, which I'll just undo for a second. So you have the PALS webbing section here. At the bottom there is a further, or a small pouch, which runs from this seam all the way to this seam, and it's about 10 centimeters deep. I found this is really useful for getting those things that you just really want super quick access to. Further up here you might also find that there's some climbers shouting to each other, so apologies about that. Further up above the PALS webbing section, there is also another large pocket. This pocket goes all the way across the front, where you can see it goes from this seam to this seam, and it goes all the way down to the bottom, to that bottom seam. You can fit a lot in here. Now as far as organisation is concerned, there's no organisation, it's just an easy access dump pocket. So you can see, I've got a notepad. Another thing that I'm going to be testing out, which I'm really looking forward to, is the Solar Adventurer 2 from Power Traveller. I'm going to put that there because I don't want to damage it. But this is really useful. You can fit an awful lot in this front pocket. That's just a nice simple zip. All of the zips throughout this pack are YKK zippers, and they're the RC YKK zippers. So they are incredibly easy. They're even more smoother than the normal standard YKK zippers. They're all reverse stitched as well, which helps to ensure that you get less dust and debris into the zips, which can cause some snags. On the side, you have two compression straps. The compression strap at the top here and the one at the bottom here can both be completely removed. They have buckles here on the side. All of the plastics on this pack are Woojin plastics, which are incredibly durable and very strong plastics. I have no worries about these whatsoever. They really are that good. So you have these two compression straps, and then you also have another two-column PALS system on the side as well. One of the big differences between the Essential pack and this one is this cleverly placed D-ring here. On the original one, or on the Essential pack, if you were to pull this, it would come all the way around. But having this here on the side means, like I've done today when I brought my filming equipment up here, it gives an extra support here on the side. I've not had a chance to travel yet with this bag, but I'm definitely going to make a follow-up video once I've started to travel with this, just to show you exactly how much versatility you can get with these, the extra bits. Now these are identical on both sides, hopefully you can see that. You have both of the compression straps and they're exactly the same, they both have these D-rings. Moving then up to the top, you have a very strong grab handle. The grab handle on this is box stitched into the corner, and it's also stitched into the lining here, giving it extra support. If you're worried about putting a lot of heavy items in here, you really don't need to worry about how this is secured to the pack. It's bomber, it really is. It feels like there is some webbing on the inside, and then you have some of the same Cordura then stitched round that to give it extra support. And as I say, it does all come into the seams. And that's it. It's a very simple and plain pack. On the bottom's completely flush. There's no lashing straps or anything on there. Anything else to point out on the top really is you have a hole here, so if you have a hydration system, you can pass the hydration system through there. We'll have a look at the suspension system a little bit later once we've had a look inside the pack. So taking a look on the inside, this is where the DNA from the Modular pack comes into the Modular Daypack. On the top here you have two large zips, which again are the RC style YKK zips, so you have even less worry about these snagging. They are the larger sized ones, almost a little bit oversized, but you know, when it comes to zips, size doesn't matter. So I'll pull these down. Hopefully you can also notice as well that it has a really nice large rain hood. I've had my laptop in here. I've not been out in the rain, but I've not worried that my laptop has been in here. As with the majority of Tasmanian Tiger packs, they all have this large rain hood that goes over the zips. It's very well thought through, and it's a shame that other manufacturers out there aren't including these as standard on their packs. So I'll just open this a little bit further now. It's not a full clamshell pack, it comes down roughly 2/3 of the way. And then on the inside here, let's go through some things. So here's my Tasmanian Tiger Tac Pouch 8. I take this everywhere with me in my profession. For the size and the dimensions of this, it is absolutely perfect. I'll leave a link to this in the video as well. So in here, on the back, as you can see, we have the modular system. So there is PALS webbing all the way through this, so if you want to put individual packs that you can secure more tightly to the system, then you can do that through the webbing. If not, if you have anything with hook and loop on it, it just fits on there perfectly. Tasmanian Tiger also have their own modular accessories packs that you can purchase separately to add to these. It works, obviously it works with all of those, hook and loop, Velcro, however you want to call it. It just works. It's not a proprietary system. If you've got one, it works with all of the others. It's nice and deep. Oh, there you go. So as you can see, you know, we all have to poop in the woods sometimes. So it's nice and deep. As I mentioned, this is an 18 litre pack, and I went for the large pack purely because it's very similar to the Essential Pack, the large Essential Pack that I have. So maybe I'll do some future content and the differences between the two. One of the other main differences is the fact that instead of having a hydration system, or at least a large pocket here on the back, the pockets move to the front here. And at first I wasn't quite sure whether I liked this or not, but I've actually learned to prefer it here. Mainly because when you've got stuff in here, if you have your laptop against the back, it just means that this back panel, if you have one of those backpacks that you can take a rigid panel out of there, then you can do, but as soon as you put your laptop in there, it just becomes super tough. Now, being able to have your laptop in here moves it away from your back, which means that it just contours around your back a little bit better. But what I've also done is I've also had, you know, bits and bobs in there when I've been out with the family. We've been out, we've had something to eat, all of the rubbish, everything gets dumped into there. If you are using this for a hydration system, there's a D-ring at the top. On the inside here, there are also 2 additional D-rings, just in case there are other things that you wish to secure. You could probably have this set up with a double hydration system if needed. As you'd always expect from Tasmanian Tiger, all of the stitching around the sides here, it's all reinforced. Here you can see the box stitch for the grab handle at the top, and then, as I say, that handle then goes into this stitching here. The stitching throughout this is immaculate. If you ever get a chance, have a look on the Tasmanian Tiger website about their what do they call it? They call it their open warehouse policy. Where they manufacture these, they really look after the staff, and the staff put that straight back into their backpacks. Other than that, this is the main pocket. It's just a perfectly sized pocket for putting your EDC stuff into. Now, one of the other changes that Tasmanian Tiger have made to this pack over the Essential Pack is they've moved away from a plain mesh backing, and instead they now have this thermomold system. So the thermomold system is a really nice dense foam that's probably 12, maybe 15 millimeters deep. If I turn this around here as well, you can see that the light catches it. There's a section here which allows more air to go in to help the air to circulate around your back. And let's face it, it's really to get more air into the areas that you sweat. Whatever any backpack manufacturer tells you about, you know, this stops you from sweating, it just doesn't. I've worn this and you do sweat a lot whilst you're wearing it. What I've found is that it does dry very quickly, and it also it's nice and comfortable. It doesn't feel abrasive against your back once you've got a t-shirt on. Now, the suspension system, the straps are very nicely padded. It's clearly not a memory foam, but it has a lot of nice spring to it. When it's on, it really does feel as though it's cushioned. I've tried this on quite a few different occasions with a few different weights in it. I've gone, you know, just my normal EDC, but then I've also gone on a dog walk with 15 kilos in the back of it, just to see how much you know, how it feels, and it feels great. You know, it's nice and padded. There's a bit of webbing that goes all the way across the top. The webbing comes down to a chest strap, which you can tighten on both sides. For the military guys out there, I know you guys appreciate that mainly because of this buckle. If you have radio equipment or you have different magazines on different sides, then being able to move this from this side to that side is certainly helpful. Personally, I do like a sternum strap. I find that I use it quite a lot. I'm 5'10", 42-inch chest, weigh about 200 pounds, so for me it fits. It fits perfectly. It's exactly what you'd expect. 2 bits of webbing that come down, and then you can fasten those away if needs be. Now, I've configured this pack in lots of different ways, and that's the way that I've tried to test this. Rather than just testing it predominantly out here in nature, I've really tried to make sure that I've changed what's inside of it, even the additions to the Moorlander system and the Modular system on the inside. I've been for dog walks. I hope I'd never got caught by the police walking my dog, because I've got my laptop in the back and everything. So whether you're using this for EDC, taking it to the office, whatever you're using it for, like that, or whether you're coming out into the countryside and you're using it whilst out in nature, it performs perfectly. I really do think that Tasmanian Tiger have gone up a decent step with this. The build quality is exactly what you'd expect from them. And the way that it's been designed with the extra little bits on the side, the way that the back panels, and even just adding an extra little bit of padding into the suspension system, it really is a perfect EDC style bag. When you look at it and you think, oh, it's only 18 litres, you really will be surprised how much you can fit in here. And then when you've got minimal carry in here with the clever use of the suspension system, which is very similar to other bags, you can really cinch that down to make sure that it's not just blowing around in the wind, or at least your stuff on the inside isn't. So being a UK ambassador here for Tasmanian Tiger, I do have a discount code. If you go to Tasmanian Tiger UK and use the code MORE EDC, then you'll get 10% discount off everything. Now that's just not this pack. If you've bought this pack and a few other pouches, everything at the checkout with code MORE EDC, you'll get 10% discount off everything at checkout. As again, I mentioned at the beginning, if you did like this content, please hit that subscribe button. It means a big deal to my channel, especially the way that YouTube, their algorithm works. If you'd like to like this, that'd be great. If you'd like to share this, that'd be great as well. Also, if you want to see more from me and other things that I'm testing out, check me out on Instagram at Moorlander_EDC. I'm also on Facebook as well, but I tend to be on Instagram more. And yeah, for now, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. Shoot! Yes, we're outside in the moorlands. I've come back to my ancestral land. I can feel the energy coursing up through my legs. Yeah, so I thought I'd come out today to make this video. Today we're going to be looking at, oh, look at that, I couldn't get it off. Today we're going to be looking at the Tasmanian Tiger Modular Daypack, and this is the large version, and that was my phone. And that's a guy going for a poo behind me, behind a rock and roll. Does he think we can see him? Can you see him? He's just over there, he's wearing a grey t-shirt. A lot of climbers up there, love climbing, absolutely amazing place for climbing. Generally they come down off the crags to go over there for a poo. Damn it. The queens of the moorlands are conceived, well, okay, that's what I tell people, but this is an absolutely, I just love it here, I just love it. So, but today what we're going to be looking at is the Tasmanian inside your park, inside to help to circulate the sweat, I guess. The truth of the matter is, no matter what backpack you wear, your back, it's never going to stop your back from sweating. Maybe if I held this up. Bollocks! So for now, stay safe, stay Moorlander. Always forget Instagram. Always forget Instagram.